Infiltration. To invade, to intrude. These are all words that I think are associated with something that is very important that needs to be talked about. So you have goals in your life, in your business, in your careers, in your relationships, in life. And yet we build and build and build and build for these goals. And yet when we get in front of people, sometimes we allow them to infiltrate, to invade, to get into our space, basically. And many of you know that I am preparing for what is likely the hardest physical challenge of my life. Now, I've done some interesting things in life, but not to the extent of what I'm going to do in roughly 19 days. So about a year ago, I decided to sign up for Ironman Eagleman, which consists of 1.2 mile swim, 56 mile bike, and a half marathon. And I did this because I wanted to challenge myself. It was something that I thought if I could do this, it would make other things easier in my life. And a lot of the things that, and so when I'm training for this race, I train basically by myself, right? I have friends that I talk to about certain things, like how to improve certain things, or if disasters happen, cramps, hydration, things like that. Just like any other coach or friends that you would talk to, you go to experts who have been there before and you talk them through it. But it's my race. It's my business. It's my career. It's my goals. It's what I want to do. And as I'm starting to visualize race day, because a lot of people say, you need to think about those things before you get to the race day, I was thinking, there's going to be a lot of people screaming, "Go, Zach! Go, random person that's in last place, whatever." And while to many that might be some sort of inspiration, motivation, and help you get through, I think you have to be recognizing in moments like that it's your race. In business, many people say, they will only talk about like these big businesses and say, oh, you need to be this big business. You need to be this multi-million dollar, multi-billion dollar business. And what happens is that invades our minds, that infiltrates our minds. Oh, I need to be going faster because so-and-so that I have no idea who it is telling me I need to go faster. No. I don't know that person. I don't need to listen to that person. But in the moment, many of us forget that this is our race. This is our journey. These are our goals, our bucket list items. This is our race, right? And I love the parallels between business and fitness, my career and fitness, because they're very similar. Work very hard for this thing, then do this thing. Work very hard towards this goal, achieve that goal, and then guess what? Once you achieve it, you decide on new goals. But race day, I have to do all these things at the same time. A lot of times it's meetings. Right? We're meeting with people for our careers, for our businesses. And what do? We allow them to infiltrate. We allow them to invade our space, to manipulate what we've trained for. They manipulate the journey that we've gone on, and that infects us, and it becomes cancerous. And so, as I'm visualizing this race, I have to think about, okay, when someone passes me on a bike or on a run or on a swim, do you have to pass them back? No. This is my race. This is your race, right? What is the race that you're going after? And visualize it and think about what you need to do so that when scenarios like that happen, when someone's like ringing the bell, whoa, and you still have 50 miles to go, yes, that's great that person is sitting there and celebrating what you're doing, But that doesn't mean that you have to push through harder. That doesn't mean that you have to start racing a different race. That doesn't mean that you have to be infiltrated. That doesn't mean that you have to allow those people to invade what you've worked so hard on that you visualized already. But I think what happens is people do. We get manipulated in a way that we're not even trying, or they're attempting to manipulate us. Oh, why aren't you this big of a business? Why can't you do this? Why can't you race this race, right? So recently someone said, well, why don't you race the race, as fast as someone else? That's not what I'm trying to do. This is my race. I've decided how I want to do this. This is your business. This is your career. This is how you want to do it. You have to make sure that you push through your journey, your vision. When you're visualizing that stuff, don't allow someone to infiltrate it. Now, yes, I know there's people along the way that absolutely are going to be positive reinforcements, positive conversations that will help me through certain scenarios. But on race day, what happens is you will get, in scenarios, race day can be meetings, it could be pitching to someone, it could be meeting with an investor for your business, it could be, figure out whatever parallel that is. I'm running a race, it's a big deal, it's a bucket list item. But what happens? If I don't preview the race beforehand and say, when someone runs by me, when someone is screaming at me to go faster, saying you're almost there, what in my mind am I going to be thinking about? I have to already be trying to think about, what am I going to say, so that I don't allow them to infect all the hard work that I've done to get there. And oftentimes that's what happens. We bust our asses to get to a certain situation, and then we don't even realize it because we're allowing them to get into our conversations, our minds, and they take over. And then all that hard work goes to nothing. So, visualize what you're doing. Think about, what is the race that I'm going after? And don't allow yourself to be manipulated by someone who's not even really trying to manipulate you, but because of what they're saying and you're like not in your zone, they kind of manipulate you. So, it's your race at the end of the day, right? Run the race that you want to do. Run the business that you want to do. Have the career that you want. Don't allow other people to invade it so that you can't hit your goals, right? Not to have all like Motivational Monday on a Tuesday, but do what you want to do, right? Go after your bucket list items and visualize them. Bust your ass to get there. And then on race day, don't allow someone to invade your space. Visualize it. Win it. All right, that's it. Also, by the way, I hope you guys like the tie that I'm wearing. If you're listening audio only, by the way, I'm sure that one kind of confused you. But thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, deuces. You're listening to Zack Miller Says.